What up YouTube, this is Woody coming back with another ride review. Today we are at Ride 1 Power Sports in Springfield, Ohio at the Suzuki Demo Day, and we are getting ready to get on the Suzuki SV650X. It's kind of cool, dude. It looks so much different than that one because of the fairing. I like that little mini fairing, like a modern cafe or something like that. I've been here all day long. I rode the Gixxer 1000. I rode the GSX S1000F. And then I just got off the 400 SM. Smooth. Rolling out in first gear, smooth. I don't know nothing about the bike. These gauges are almost generic on every single one of these. The GSX S1000F that I rode, the gauge looked exactly the same. The only difference is I have this old school buttons here. This bike feels a little heavy. I'm holding it on a hill, but old school stuff here. I got no buttons at all. This selector, and that's probably just for the gauges. So you got gauge, temp, or gear temp, miles per gallon, odometer, and time, which is wrong. This is a cool little bike. It feels good. Seat's nice and wide. See, the seat's nice and wide. It comes up behind you, cups you. Torquey, plenty of power. 650. It's a little buzzy right there, higher in the RPMs, but this seat's comfortable. Holy crap. I'm leaning forward a little bit. These are clip-ons. This is a cool little bike. It feels small and compact, but I feel like I'm stretched out. Like I don't feel like my hands are too close to me. The tank's nice and high. I'm leaning forward. It kind of sounds turdy rolling on the throttle. This is going to be a boring route. They changed the route from the first two rides I did, so now we're just going straight out, straight over, and straight back. So, but I'll get these pegs fold up, and I was just moving my foot on it, and the pegs started pulling up. That's weird. It's like the spring's weak. I'm tucked in tight to the bike. My feet are right underneath me, so my knees are up here by my chest. I don't feel like I'm maxing out this bike at my size. The tank is shaped to fit your legs around, and like I'm not even close to being too big for it. So even a taller guy could ride this bike. If you're a tall guy, you're looking for a bike to start on, this could be it. It's a 650. It's not a little 250, so it's got some power to it. It's not power that's going to get you in trouble or anything like that. It's totally manageable. The power curve is going to be consistent. It ain't going to be like a 600 sport bike where it's nothing, all of it up at higher RPMs. This is going to be smooth all through the range. And you still get that little bit of a sporty feel to it because you're leaning forward a little bit. The seat is so comfortable, dude. This seat, I don't know why this guy right here wants to ride so far back, but this seat is so comfortable. Just cruising in third gear, 48 miles an hour. We got old guys running these demo rides, so they're old birds and they don't ride hard, so it's not going to be too eventful. But look at that in third gear. Fourth gear, I still got some roll-on power. Fifth gear, not quite as much, but it's still there. If I take it up to 6 at 55 mile an hour roll on, it's adequate. It's adequate power. It took a little bit to get another 10 mile an hour, but this is comfortable. I'm kind of shocked. These pegs being so easy to flip up is weird. I've never had a peg move on me, just repositioning my foot, but it moves. Oh, that's weird. This guy right here next to me needs to push this guy a little harder, so we'll ride a little faster if he'll ride a little faster. Let's play with this. What did I do? Trip A, trip B. Changed it to all zeros. I don't know what that is. I don't know what all the zeros are. And then your odometer, it's got 700 miles on it. Which we're getting towards the end of the year, so it makes sense that it'd have that many miles on it. I wonder what all the 4 zeros are. I don't want to know how long my trip's been. I don't want to know how many miles I have on my bike. Just put zeros there, so that's what you get. Actually, they're like half zeros. Little zeros. Your average mileage, miles per gallon, 61.6. If that's true, and this gets that kind of gas mileage, holy manoli. That's amazing. 61 miles per gallon. That's freaking amazing. IMP, I don't know what that means. Oh, that's my range. I switched it to range on a tank. I got 148 miles to this tank. Is empty. 66, 68 miles per gallon right now. Okay, so that's active miles per gallon. And that's average miles per gallon. So no, not too much to play with. Other than that, the controllers are pretty much like my 16-year-old bike, or however old it is. Yeah, about 16 years old. It is 16 years old. Holy crap. Brights, turn signal, horn, starter, on-off switch. Pretty much like my Yamaha. Pretty, basic. Which is cool, because you don't need all that extra stuff. I'm not sure if this has ABS. I assume that it does. I don't see anything on here that says ABS, but I don't know. Looks like there's a check engine light, bright light, check something. ABS. I think that's an ABS light right there. I can't see it. See what I mean about the boring her out? Now, I'm noticing right now the difference between this SV650X and the SV650 that's behind me. It has a little like a fly screen above the headlight on it, or this one has like a little bikini fairing. I guess that's what they call them. This one has these clip-ons. That one has bars. So that one's going to be a little more comfortable than this one. So the X, that's what the X package seems to get you. Just looking at that bike in my mirror and looking at this bike, I can see that those are bars and he's more upright than me. It's got a low rumble to it, like a little low rumble. I just heard a pop. Otherwise, it's pretty quiet when you're just riding. It definitely has the torque to pull this front end up. So if you're watching this video and you like ride reviews, you should go check out my channel. I got a lot more ride reviews over there that I've done. You really ought to go check out the GSX-S1000F review. I try to do a first gear challenge on my reviews. I tried to do a first gear challenge on that bike, and I couldn't get it to redline. I didn't have enough space, but I ran that thing up to 81 mile an hour and I had to get off of it and it still hadn't hit redline. It's ridiculous. The first gear on that GSX-S1000F is so long. Holy smokes. In comparison, I did a ride review on the 1290 Super Duke, and I'm thinking that redline and first gear on that was like 61, 58 mile an hour. I'm almost positive now. It just came to me. 58. That 1000 goes up to 81, past 81. I bet you'd be close to 90 when it hit redline in first gear on that bike. It's crazy. So let's talk about long rides on this bike. This would not be a long, you could do it, but I would not suggest doing a long trip on this bike because it still has that semi sport bike lean to it. But I don't feel crunched up and my legs aren't behind me like on a sport bike. They're like a mild, I don't know. It's almost mid-peg, you know what I mean? It's somewhere between mid-peg and rear sets, but you're still leaning up on your hands with these clip-ons. So that's why I say you could do a long trip on any bike. Any bike, you could. Just depends on how determined you are to do it. But I wouldn't suggest doing it on this bike. It wouldn't be fun, that's for sure. So, that's a cool chopper. Cool chopper. Oh, they ruined this route though. Ruined it. So today I've rode the Gixxer 1000 GSX-S F1000F. I rode that. I rode the 400 SM, DRZ 400 SM. Now I'm on this bike. I'm going to try to get on an M109. Reason being, my next bike I'm in the market for is a cruiser bike. I want a cruiser bike. That being said, I've been doing a lot of ride reviews on Harleys, on the Softails. So my goal with I just want to get on a different cruiser to see how I like it in comparison to the Harley, how it stacks up to the Harley. So, and I want to try to get on other ones too, not just the M109. I want to get on other cruisers as well, but that's the only two cruisers they got here today, is the M109, two M109s, and I think one's like an X and one's just a regular M109. I think that's what it is. This thing leans pretty good. This thing leans pretty good. And it does have the torque. Ah, they ruined this route. And the first two bikes that I rode, they had was doing a different route, and we went around the airport, and it gave us little curves and stuff. It was a lot shorter, but it was had more curves. I like it better because you got to feel the bike. This is just straight roads. But if you like these ride reviews, you definitely need to check out my channel. I got a lot of ride reviews that I've done in the past on my channel, and I got more coming. I'm going to the AM Expo in September. I'm going to do a lot of ride reviews there. The Harley Davidson truck's going to be making its rounds around my area with the 2020s on it. I'm going to get on every single one of those that I can get on. I'm going to try to go to, I've got 4 or 5 dates of dealerships around me when the truck's going to be there, so I can get on the bikes. So hopefully I'll get on all of them. Hopefully all goes well. So if something ain't on the channel that you want to see, there's a lot more coming. So but I apologize for this route. It really does. It really is a boring route. But I guess plus side, you get to see what this bike would be like just traveling on it. Because this would be a good example of that. Just these long, boring roads. But anyways, I'm going to cut the video here. There's really nothing more to see. We're going to go down here, hit 2 turns, and then we're going to be at the dealership. So if you liked the video, hit that like button. If you didn't, hit that dislike button. If you ain't subscribed, please subscribe today. I'll catch you on the next video. This is Woody. Peace, and I'm out.